Hi everybody, welcome to my weekly video update. I'm so glad to be here. It's Wednesday instead of Tuesday. It looks like January's schedule is going to be Wednesday for a lot of the month. I just have travel and medical appointments and stuff. I had promised or had thought that last week I'd be able to do some live videos off the cuff, but my week at Handi Quilter last week was so full I didn't have any time to pull my phone out. So I apologize I didn't get any of that, but I'm trying to give you a little flavor today of what's going on. Today is a homebound snow day, and I saw that Scott signed on. Hi everybody. And Scott is dying to be homebound in the snow. Those of us who actually are homebound in the snow would like to be able to have a day out, I think. But Scott's just not right. He likes a lot of snow and lives somewhere where it's not piling up fast enough for him. I live north of New York City, and we're in the middle of a long, slow-moving storm that's been flurries all day yesterday, several inches of snow overnight, possibility of more now. So it's just one of these long, multi-day, not a huge amount of snow, but just enough that I don't need to go anywhere. I am enjoying my snow day, Scott. I haven't left the house. I haven't opened a door. I haven't gone outside. It's perfect. I'm sitting at home in my sewing room and enjoying my day. So I have a list of things to talk to you about this week. I want to thank everybody for your fun comments yesterday. It really helps whenever I'm sitting there very bored in the hospital for hours and hours to have you comment in and see what everybody's mentioning. So as I said, I was at Handi Quilter last week for educator training. I have many jobs, and one of my oldest jobs, and one of my favorite jobs is working for Handi Quilter. I'm a contractor. I wasn't actually hired by them, but they've contracted with me for over a decade now to go and teach for them, and they brought all of their educators to Salt Lake last week, where we had a great time together. It's just like a big family reunion, and it's all quilts all the time and long hours, but it's a bunch of friends too, which is always really fun, just getting together with your girlfriends and your quilting friends and enjoying everything. So I thought I'd show you a little bit of what happens when friends get together. There are presents. I brought presents, but I got presents, and I just wanted to show you a few things I got. We have some Canadian educators, so I have a Canadian pencil with all the maple leaves. And it's not much of a rivalry between the US educators and the Canadian educators. It's just we're all big quilters together. So thanks, Gail, for that. And I got a nice luggage tag here so I can find my bag. Thanks, Sari. Another one of the Canadian educators made me this beautiful scarf. Look at this. Isn't this just gorgeous? Multi-talented these quilters are, and can do more than one thing. So yeah, it's actually cold in here today, so I'll just put that on right now. I got the cutest little pack of Tic Tacs ever. Apparently they sell them like this in Korea, and one of our educators taught in Korea and brought these for all of us. South Korea. What else did I get? Ooh, a very fun magnetic clipper that can go on your collar to hold your scissors. It can go on your sewing machine. So thanks, Stephanie, for that one. And somebody knew that I liked Hello Kitty and made me a little travel pack for when I'm sewing. So I have some tissues. I have some very darling Hello Kitty fabric, and I have a pop-up trash basket. Now, I have no idea how she made this, and I want to find out, because this is just the cutest thing ever, in addition to being Hello Kitty. It's just darling. So thank you, Barb. You're just the best. And let's see, a couple educators got together and gave an emergency kit. I might have eaten the M&Ms that were in the container, but it's things we need on the road, and it's electrolyte solution and Band-Aids and just fun things that we all go through together on the road. So they put together a little emergency kit for us. So thanks, Mary and Kelly. You guys are it's so hard because there are so many of us spread out so far geographically that we might only see each other once a year. So it's a little sad coming home. But Handi Quilter is my family. If any of you are in the extended Handi Quilter family, you're in good hands. If Handi Quilter seems like a great company, I could tell you from getting to be at the headquarters as a little bit of an outsider that they're really just like they seem to be. So yay, a little bit of Handi Quilter love going on. Kind of sad to be home. So let's see, what else do I have on my table? I have a really big cup of tea that is going to stay hot forever. But I do miss in my ceramic cup that I'm not carrying, because this will stay hot forever, but it won't warm my hands. So it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. That I don't have to keep warming up my tea, but I have to warm my hands. So some of you were commenting yesterday. I had a medical day yesterday and I decided to wear some dancing shoes, and I got some mixed reviews on them. But I need to tell you that I wear goofy shoes because they make me very happy. And when my husband saw these, he was like, those are weird. And I'm like, good, because they don't fit you. And he was like, I just can't imagine where you'd wear them. I'm like, apparently to the hospital. So these are Fluvogs, and John Fluvog is a Canadian shoe designer. Look at that really cool heel on there. Kind of like cartoon character shoes. So yeah, I treated myself. These were just too cute. I had to throw my money and scream, take my money, I need these shoes. So yeah, and they're actually really comfortable. I did have to bring boots because I didn't know how soon the snow was going to start yesterday, and I have a really long, hilly driveway like this, and I didn't want to try making it up a snowy driveway in these. And I know, these are adorable, right? So here's the thing about the heel. And sorry if you're not into shoes. I did not realize how into shoes I was until I counted my shoes. I can't wear kitten heels. And kitten heels are kind of like this, but just with a little teeny little stick of a heel here. I feel those all the way up my back. These, super comfortable, and you'll be seeing more of these. I think I can teach in these. So if you're going to be at any events that I will be teaching at, these might be in my suitcase. So I hope to get to show these off to you in person sometime throughout the year. So yeah, that's the shoes. I actually have more new pair. I did a little bit of shopping, and there might be a sale going on right now, and I might have more in my shopping cart for the last week waiting for me to hit go, and one pair might be boots. So okay, enough about shoes. So see, I don't only love quilts, I love quilts and chocolate and shoes and Hello Kitty. So I'm a well-rounded individual. And tea. I love tea. So 5 favorite things. Let's see what else. Yesterday I had a video posted on more crate quilting for the animal shelters. So I'm getting a bit of a stack of my crate quilts. So here's my stack of crate quilts here. I have more coming. I can't show you all of them because the video hasn't gone up yet. Which one was yesterday's? Oh, so the first week was how to quilt this on your walking foot. And it's just a nice little checkerboard. Really simple. It's not stitch in the ditch. So I enjoyed that one. I also, yesterday, the video that went out yesterday was how to make these clamshells. And that uses a ruler against the foot of your home machine. So hopefully later today, yesterday, again, I had to take some time off. So hopefully later today, I'll be able to put that at the top of my website saying that this is the new video for the week. But if you go to Debbie Brown Quilts on YouTube, this is my most recent video of how to make these clamshells over a quilt. So it can be over a whole quilt, but we're just practicing on these crate quilts. So Maria, your grandson just got a new kitten. Oh, she'd love a little gift. No amount of learning about quilting or watching quilting can ever take the place of practicing quilting. So I like making these little things like these little crate quilts to give you something to do, because you know, who doesn't feel bad for all the lonely animals in the shelters and they're just living on, you know, the little cages. Here's a little comfort for their crates, but it also gives us some practice. And if your tension isn't quite right, I don't think the homeless animal's gonna care. And if your stitching's a little crooked, it's gonna be okay. And here, just to show you, I mean that, look, there, you see that pink thread bobble there on the back of my quilt? I'm not taking that out because the homeless animal will not judge me harshly for it. I'm just going to leave it there. So I just really want to say thanks again to Ronnie, because she gave me a beautiful book that was talking about charity projects, and it was a little different size they were talking about for crate quilts, but I called the New York City Animal Shelter and and talked to them, so they are taking them at this size. So thanks for the inspiration, Ronnie. Hopefully you're going to bring comfort to a lot of animals and get people practicing their quilting. So thanks for partnering with me on this one. So that's one thing that I've been working on, and there are more videos coming of this. I'm learning how to edit videos. Be gentle with me. The sound is interesting, so I'm up in my game on the YouTube videos. So hopefully the sound will get better and the editing will get better as I go on. But I know the information's there, and be patient with me. I'm learning technology. See, what else did I pull out? On Monday, I mentioned that I came home and did some scrap quilting. So I've been going through my 2.5-inch strip bucket as I've been working on these crate quilts. But at the same time, I got an email from my local guild, the guild I belong to, that I've been a member of for 25 years. They're making quilts for our local VA hospital. And they asked the VA hospital what dimensions they wanted the wheelchair quilts to be. So these are 36 by 42 inches. Check with your local VA hospital to see what sizes and what they want in wheelchair quilts. So I had a shoebox full of 2.5-inch squares just cut out of my scrap bin, left over from other things. I've got more scrap projects in the work for you. But I just sewed them all together. This is 18 by 21 2-inch squares, which is 36 by 42. And then, does this quilting look familiar to you? It's the quilting from the first crate quilt. I just did it on a whole quilt. And for those who were wondering, I did choose the Midas Touch. But I have, because I had asked for input. And here's the secret. I'm the boss of my quilts, so even though everybody said that I should quilt this in blue, I still quilted it in yellow, in the Midas Touch Gold, because it felt safe to me. But I do have enough to make another one of these. And I don't know if you know this, but if you get a can of tea from Handi Tea Company, again, tea drinker, all of the squares for one of these quilts fit inside of one of their cans. And I have empty cans all set up with my scraps, organized by color and things like that. Yeah, I was playing in fabric and it was lovely. So I will be making more of these, and maybe the next one will be quilted in that blue heaven. My battery is dying. Excuse me, it's really not dying. It's just a 4-year-old iPhone, and it was a full battery when I started. So if I go away abruptly, I apologize. And from now on, I will have this plugged in while I'm talking. So terribly sorry about that. So to finish quickly, this is not going to be for the veterans home because it's not the colors they want, but I had a bunch of bright colors, and we have a bunch of seniors in my church, so I thought that I would start making another brighter one and quilt it differently for practice quilting. And this one, maybe I'll quilt in the clamshells that I did in the next video. So I love being at home and quilting, and I think you might too. Let's see what else I have going on. Not a lot. I have a couple upcoming events. So this Saturday, I'm going to be at the Quilt Basket in Pawling, New York, but I'm going to be a student. I'm not going to be a teacher. But what I will do is throw spitballs at the teacher, because she is my friend, Terry Lucas. So if any of you would like to take an all-day machine quilting workshop with Terry Lucas in Pawling, New York, get in touch with the Quilt Basket quickly. I think they're closed today because of the weather, but get in touch with them tomorrow and see if there's still any room. I'll try not to be such a horrible student, Terry, but I can't make any promises. I might have to bring my straw for little spitballs and just be your worst nightmare is basically what I'm saying. And I can say this because she's watching. Hi, Terry. So that is this Saturday. Next Saturday, I am going to be teaching at Amelia's Garden, and it is just outside of Albany. I can never remember the name of the town. I apologize. Oh, Terry, you want me to bribe you with chocolate, or you're going to bribe me with chocolate to be a good student? So I'm going to be teaching from 1 to 4 with Amelia's Garden in outside of Albany, New York. The link is on my website, debbiebrownquilts.com. So if I think that class, you can still get in touch with them. I'm not sure if there are openings, but check with Amelia's Garden, and we're looking at more dates later in the year. After that, on February 8th, 9th, and 10th, I'm going to be teaching at Miss D's Quilting in Palatka, Florida. It's outside of Gainesville, Florida, and that's 3 days of hands-on long-arm quilting classes. So it's a really exciting opportunity for me. I love teaching the hands-on classes, and it's also Florida in February. What's not to love? So if you have any interest, that link should also be on my website. It's Miss D, the initial D, like this one right here, Miss D's in Palatka, Florida. So I'll be teaching hands-on there. And I think the next event I have after that is going to be at Bits and Pieces in New Hampshire. So my calendar, it's not all completely up to date online, but I hope to do that this week because I'm going to be home for the next week or two. So I hope to have all of my upcoming events on the calendar for you. I'd love to see you. I'd love to show off my shoes to you in person, and we can have some fun quilting together, but don't throw spitballs. That's only, I was kidding. I would never do that as a student, and you shouldn't either, because that would be very disruptive to your class. And yes, chocolate bribery works, and Terry and I will try to behave together on Saturday, but it's she's the star of the show, and I cannot wait to take her class. We both machine quilt, but we quilt very differently, we teach very differently, and we love each other dearly, so it'll be awesome to be there. So, before my battery dies completely, this is going to be one of my shorter videos. I will be on Wednesday next week because I have yet more doctoring to do, and they all seem to happen on Tuesdays. So my next Facebook Live video will be on Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. New York time. Wednesday, 2:30 p.m. New York time. Also, I have newsletters and Facebook and Instagram and all of that stuff. So go to debbiebrownquilts.com and then follow me at Debbie Brown Quilts anywhere, and you'll see some stuff I'm doing. But I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having as fun of a quilting time as I am. And hopefully I get snowed in a little more and get to do more quilting. So thanks for following me around as my calendar is changing. In February, I hope to be back to Tuesdays again. So I will see you next Wednesday. Happy quilting. Bye.